There's a universal God. I'm not talking about the Pope in there.
That's right.
That demands certain things out of the folks that's being oppressed. The real God. That real God say to you black folks, if you stoop below the dignity that I gave you, just so you can feed your family and pay your rent, I will destroy you from the inside.
For decades, audiences have listened to Dick Gregory as a comedian and an activist, pointing to the truth as he sees it.
One thing, children don't hear what you mean, they hear what you say. I called the house one day, and I said, tell your mother to run to the phone real quick, I want to yell at her. The child said, why daddy want to yell at you? They feel rhythms. If your husband slaps you, the children know it. They know everything that's going on because they feel the rhythm. And so when you stop and think about how that works, what you say, you know. Tell them I'm not home. Once you tell a child to lie for you, they'll lie to you.
The 81-year-old native St. Louisan is credited with a number of firsts. As a comedian, he tells the story of being the first black comic invited to sit after his monologue and talk with the host of a late-night television show.
I'm sitting at the bar in Chicago, and Billy Eckstein, one of the greatest singers in history, he cussed Jack Paar. Man, I almost hit him. That's how much I love Jack Paar. And he said, yeah, man. He said, you can go on the Jack Paar show and work, but he ain't never let a Negro sit on the couch, and I did not know that. The Paar show called me. I made the front page of Time magazine, and it comes out there on Sunday, comes out the rest of it from Monday. So I get a call. My wife answered the phone. And she knew how I felt about Jack Paar because I never told her the other side. And she says, the Paar, and I get on. Yeah, she said, Dick Gregory, this is Mr. So-and-so, Jack Parr's producer. So I know you haven't seen the article in Time magazine, but we never seen anything like that. Like, he wants you on the show tonight. I said, I don't want to work the show. Then I hung up, then I started crying. And I was explaining it to my wife, and the phone rang again. It's Jack Paar. Dick, this is Jack. I know you think the first call was a crank. No, I know it was a real call. I just don't want to work the show. Hung up. Rang back again. How come you don't want to work my show? I said, because the Negroes never sit on the couch.
He is a strong believer in his community and talks frankly about the common criticisms directed at African Americans.
Most black men have succeeded. You don't know it. We don't know it. Because the white racist system not going to tell you.
Well, I know the one thing I've never heard white folks not like is gold. Right up front. Always be pretty. I hope you see what you love before you see this blackness that you
Instead, Gregory calls out a power structure that he says treats African Americans unfairly.
See, white ain't a color, it's an attitude. And if you ain't got trillions of dollars in the bank, you can't have the attitude. So if I became president of the United States tonight, the first thing I do is make all black folks, now it's probably 2 or 3, I don't have to, I'm gonna make them all apologize to white folks. Because the white folks we mad at, they couldn't help us if they liked us. Those are the wrong ones. And the fact that this boy is so cool, he can dupe us into believe that the Ku Klux Klan determined public policy. Powerful white American businessmen are the most evil, vicious thugs on the planet. And you mean they're gonna let the Klan, they're gonna let the Tea Party determine policy? That's what they wanted, and when you don't want that.
Vicki Newton, The Village Celebration.